What's up guys, SkyKevin here, and today I thought I'd do a detailed character stats breakdown for your character in Last Oasis. This is basically going to go over each of these stat levels and what they do and what they give you per level in as much detail as I can, and I'll try to describe mechanically how they affect your character. Now this is entirely based off of my own observations, so please take it with a grain of salt, and if I am incorrect about anything, let me know in the comments down below. There are 4 different character stats: health, damage, stamina, and movement. When you're leveling each of these stats up, as you go over 10 points, it will start to cost more stat points to level up that specific attribute. So if you have 10 health, it will take 2 stat points to level it up from 10 to 11. As you get to 20, it'll take 3 points to level it up from 20 to 21. Now let's look at each of them in more detail. Movement. Our tests for this were pretty simple. We had 2 characters racing each other, and we changed the distance of the race, and we also tried sprinting and not sprinting. What we found was that a character with 10 points into movement had a noticeably faster movement speed than a character with 0 points. This happened for both acceleration, turning, and movement speed. Based on my observations, you're going to be able to run faster and move quicker, turning around from side to side, especially when it comes to battling people in melee, than a lot of other players. Hit points. HP is pretty straightforward. Simply put, every point that you get into your HP will give you 3 extra HP on top of your base stat of 100 HP. One thing that we did decide to check was if you get more stats into your HP, does that attribute to the damage reduction of your character? What we found was putting HP, there is no damage reduction when somebody hits you. It will be the same amount regardless of what your HP stat is, but you will have a higher max HP because of it. Damage. For damage, we tried to test it by keeping all the other variables the same, using a beat stick, using a quick left swing, and using it on a completely unarmored player. At 0 points into this skill, we saw that it did 33 damage. As we put an additional point into the skill, we found that the damage would usually increase by 1 every single time. Sometimes, however, on every 3rd or 4th skill up, it would give the same amount of damage. So roughly speaking, it gives about 0.8 damage every single level that you put into it. This may change as you have higher damage weapons, and it may scale based off of a percentage, but based on what we've seen, a general rule is every point into damage should give you about 1 more damage on your weapon swing. Just as a final example, somebody with 10 points in damage, instead of doing 33 damage with the beat stick to an unarmored opponent, would actually do 40 damage to that player. Stamina. For this skill, there is no indicator or number that we were able to go off of. So instead, I decided to film 2 instances of me using a grapple hook, and I'm using the grapple hook and holding the E key on both instances, and we're going to compare them side by side to see what the results are. Now, in order to match this up exactly, I took the point at which both characters let go of the grappling hook from the walker. So the distance between them starting the grapple is going to be the difference in your stamina. For this test, I put 2 points into stamina to see what difference that many points would make, and as a result, I can't seem to see with the naked eye any difference in your overall max stamina that this would give. That's it for today, guys. Let me know down below if I was incorrect about anything, and make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be going over a lot more Last Oasis details very similar to this one about other aspects of the game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.